All right, breaking news. First scoop by our own Charlie Gasparino minutes ago. Bank of America CEO Brian Moynihan announcing major changes among his executive ranks. Probably the biggest headline is that Sally Krawcheck, who heads up the Global Wealth Management Unit, I believe one of the most high-profile females in all of Wall Street, will be leaving the company. I am, of course, leaving out our own.
Right here.
Yeah, Lizzie. I apologize. The aforementioned Lizzie Wicked McDonald is here, the sole surviving powerful female in the financial community, Jonathan Honig, and Mike Norman. So, Lizzie, in all seriousness, I mean, big shakeup, but is it just rearranging the deck chairs?
It feels that way because the issues at Bank of America are so broad and so deep. This is the third most sued company in America. It is in the top 10 of the most sued, and it's in that ranking because of Countrywide and other bad acquisitions that the former CEO Ken Lewis made. They have, with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, Bank of America has securitized $1 trillion worth of mortgages that were sold on to Fannie and Freddie. That's 1/5 of their both combined balance sheets. And when you look at the balance sheets at Bank of America, there is a world of trouble for Bank of America. They are rapidly raising capital, as we know, and the talk on Wall Street is a fear that Bank of America is going to be the first test of the too-big-to-fail apparatus. Well, and when are they going to hand the keys to the government? We don't want to see that happen.
Here's what they're trying to do. They're trying to become too small to fail, because the too big to fail is, right, we're not doing that anymore. Okay? So
well, that's what we say. But do you honestly think that if this bank were in duress, we'd let it go?
No.
Let it go how? It goes into, you know, the FDIC takes it over. Look, it'll be like any other bank failure.
It's got a balance sheet that
you're going to be able to get your money.
One at a time. Let Mike finish.
Guys,
stop it. Let Mike finish. Go ahead.
Listen. There's not going to be bank runs. If you have your money there, you're going to get your money. It's going to be a disruptive thing. It's going to be a scary thing, but it'll proceed as other bank failures proceed, only on a much bigger scale.
Go ahead, John.
But wasn't all this regulation supposed to stave off any future bank failures? I mean, wasn't all this government intervention supposed to fix the banks, fix the financial system? I mean, that's what I assume the purpose of it was. Neil, all it's done is left the banks, and Bank of America, as Liz pointed out, is really at the center of it, in shambles. The stock is down 50% year to date, and this management change, it isn't just a reshuffling. Unfortunately, it's a retrenchment. Financial services employment is at the lowest point since 1999. Bank of America is firing thousands of people. This isn't a positive sign.
If the economy is shrinking, which it is, and you have no employment growth, the assets of the banks are deteriorating, right? To deal with that, you have to deal with the economy. We haven't dealt with that effectively. That's why the banks are still in this problem.
Well, no,
their assets, their
capital. Let's get beyond just the economy. It's just, how big an issue is this for folks at home, whether they bank at Bank of America?
Well, it's not an issue for them if they've got to deposit at a certain level or a loan. They're going to continue to be serviced. The issue is for, you know, taxpayers, and it's for basically Wall Street investors who, you know, still are owed a lot of money on bad mortgage bonds that they invested in with Bank of America. And the thing is, for me,
well, this pushes it over the edge, right?
Listen, here's the deal. When you see Bank of America breaking down to $5 a share, mutual fund companies, according to their bylaws, are not allowed to own that stock. You're not allowed to own a stock at $5 or lower. So that's the big problem for Bank of America right now.
And the big problem is the lawsuits, as you pointed out.
They're already mounting. But Jonathan Honig, I mean, this was the same sort of a characteristic that bedeviled a lot of these financial issues in the 08 meltdown, that a bad situation was worsened by the depletion of their value in the market. And I'm wondering whether history could be repeating itself here.
Well, Neil, in fact, the head of Deutsche Bank just yesterday, as the U.S. market were closed, compared the current situation in Europe to that of 2008, which is what prompted a lot of the initial sell-off overseas. So a lot of people are seeing those similarities between 2008 and present day, but you're seeing them primarily in banking. It's not the lawyers, it's not anything else. It's government's involvement in an industry in which it promised it would fix.
You know what I worry about, though, Lizzie? I mean, when you want to gun something, you keep gunning for it.
Yeah.
So Bank of America becomes very easy, popular prey. Everyone wants to push it. It has that Lehman feel, the Bear Stearns feel. Whether justified or not, and the more officials of the bank dismiss and refute and challenge the doomsayers, the more they're tested.
Yeah, you don't want a self-fulfilling prophecy for any bank, and that's the problem for any bank that is the size of Bank of America, for sure. And the regulators, Jonathan is right, the regulators and the Federal Reserve have been pouring through Bank of America's books since the financial crisis began. But got to tell you, when it comes to the U.S. banks as a whole, they have been more upfront and taken the hits to their balance sheets more quickly due to market rules than European banks. European banks have not done that. They have done
So
extended...
you think Bank of America survives?
Yeah, I think it does. I think in a smaller fashion.
It's dicey. It's touch and go. That's what I think.
Johnny?
I'm with Mike on this one. I think we will see likely another too-big-to-fail bank fail within the next 12 to 18 months.
All right, on that chipper note, guys, thank you all very. Yeah, there is a lot of negative. Well, you didn't help that.
Hey, I'm positive.
And why the red tie? Why the red tie? All right, we have a lot more, including.